Hi, and welcome back to Nadya's Identity Files. I have with me my first beautiful and super talented guest, Carol Ann Topaz. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, absolutely. And Carol Ann just flew across the world. You were just in Hong Kong, literally, a day and a half ago?
Not a day. I just landed last night.
Wow. I mean, she is hardcore. I would be hot mess territory, migraines, just a mess. So I give you props for looking so fresh and great. Wow.
Thank you.
That's wonderful. So I want to talk, obviously there's so much that we could talk about, but, time is limited, unfortunately. So I want to talk first a bit about your path. As I understand it, for 20 straight years, you were working as a healer before transitioning to speaking, production, music, and writing. So, why did you move away from the healing profession?
Okay, so I did not move away. I did not really transition. It's just I took it to another level. I took the healing thing to another level. Instead of doing one-on-one session, now I prefer to use the power of words, the power of music, so then I can reach more people without being drained myself.
Oh, wow.
But it's not really a transition. It's just doing the same thing on another level.
So using a different mode of delivery, so
Yes.
to speak, rather than maybe the more traditional form of healing, using your music to spread throughout the world.
To spread awareness, to spread uplifting messages. It's pretty much what I say in my songs is what I used to say in my consultation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you kind of break down a little bit what that encompassed, what a traditional healing session encompassed before it moved into the music realm, so we understand?
Yeah, actually, I was already working with my music in my healing sessions, but basically I was born with some natural abilities. I was born with a gift, so I was using it, doing 3 sessions in 1 week. And just to rebalance energy, so the gift was based on I was absorbing the negativities, the toxin, and then I could transform it into positive energy. So I was working with my hands without touching, but it was like the new energy would come from the right hand, and I would absorb the negativities, the toxin with my left hand, like a vacuum cleaner. So it was very deep, but really draining. After my first book was released, I had so much demand. It was just overwhelming and too much for me because I couldn't really say no to people. You can't,
Yeah.
But I was really, really drained, and I've been working a lot with no day off until I got sick myself. That was the only way to make me stop doing the one-on-one session and understand that I had to do something else. I can help so many more people using the power of media. That's what I'm doing now, actually working on my own TV show. And the power of words, the power of music, and some other tool that we have, I prefer now to help people to actually to develop or even discover, let's say, their own healing abilities, because everybody has access to that. Our body is amazing. The self-healing ability that we have, it's really incredible. Wow. So I really prefer to teach people how to use that instead of being the one who make it easy.
Yeah, right.
You're going to be transformed. And that's pretty much
so
what I'm doing.
This transition in a way was almost an opportunity for you to accomplish 2 things in tandem: to safeguard yourself, because you said you were becoming increasingly drained from this very close contact with your clients, but also similarly to empower, actually 3 things: to empower your clients, and also to heal a larger, wider range of people as well. That's incredible. So as I understand it, you have had a number of your own illnesses and conditions. Can you talk about that in the context of identity?
Yes, actually, that's the title of my new book. Is called Blessing and Curse, because I was born with some healing abilities, but I was also born with some genetic disease. And because I was drained and I absorbed probably too much negativities from others, and a certain point, I didn't have enough time, I guess, to transform it into positive energy. Or I don't think that I can't say that I lost my abilities or my gifts, but at a certain point, it was not working as it used to, like my ability to process and transform it into positive energy. So I was just absorbing, and then it awakened some of the disease that I had that were just dormant. They were there, but they were dormant.
Wow.
And so I learned about that, and that's also when I had to discover how to heal myself, because there was no one I could turn to who would do this, magic thing to me. And I was like, that's not fair, that's not right. Why have been helping so many people and now there's nobody who can help me?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I can really relate to that because I'm very, very sensitive and I pick up a lot on people's energy, and it's not really something I talk a lot about, but I've noticed, people just kind of gravitate to me, but I feel sometimes even when I'm helping them that I do get drained. It's almost like a transference of energy that you're referring to and that you've undergone. So that's really powerful. Can you touch a little bit on how you worked on the self-healing? Because I mean, that's such important information, and of course we're bombarded by the medical, profession.
What was interesting when I got very, very sick with some rare autoimmune disease, especially with Sjogren's syndrome, I was so sensitive to medication, to chemicals, I couldn't have the normal treatment. I had so many diseases, one treatment for one disease would not be compatible with another one. Right. So I've been called phenomenon and enigma, my doctor didn't know what to do with me. So I had to accept that, first of all, there was no hope, no cure. That's what they tell you actually with those rare diseases. There's no cure, so you just have to accept that it's going to be your life from now on. And I joined some support group. I met some people who have been sick with this disease for 18 years, 30 years, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna live like this. There's no way. And I couldn't accept that there was no cure. And as I was only getting worse and worse, at some point I just decided to, what if someone like me would come to see me as a healer? What would I do?
Right.
And I also realized that what is actually the problem with an autoimmune disease is when your own immune system attacks itself. That means there is a confusion. The immune system doesn't recognize the bad cells from the good, so it's confusion. What do you do with confusion? You need to bring clarity. So I investigated to find out what was the cause of the confusion. What was the source of it? Because all the treatment that doctors offer, actually it's only to treat symptoms.
Yeah, surface stuff.
It's on the surface. So that's why there's no treatment, there's no cure, because there's no treatment that is meant to really treat the cause.
Right.
So that's what I've been working on. And investigating through my genes, because especially with Bichette, so I've been told that it's a genetic disease, so I have that from my family.
Right.
So I had to investigate through my genes, through my capital, my genetic capital, and I made some very interesting discoveries about PTSD, that you carry that through your genes. So some PTSD that my grandmother had, for example.
Wow.
I was still carrying that, and that was fascinating.
A lot of layers to unravel and then piece together to come up with something that works.
But once you find the confusion, you're already on your way to heal. But it's a long process, so actually that's why I wrote a book about it.
Right.
I explained how I developed the technique that helped myself.
Right.
Because from that technique, I hope that many, many more people could achieve what I achieved, that remission that seemed to be impossible. So I use also nutrition a lot. I made some researches about orthomolecular nutrition and medicine, so it's pretty much everything is natural.
Yeah.
And
really
then
important.
you use the power of your brain, so I'm not talking about the power of the mind, because that was something that got me very confused too, because I knew that I had a very strong mind. And I felt powerless. Like all those disease was just too much, and I couldn't handle the situation. Like thinking, I know I'm strong, but
Right.
there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
And it was so frustrating. And then
But
also,
you were able to empower yourself through this
yeah,
entire
but
process.
you also have this guilt. I think that everybody who's sick feel that guilt. Like we all
Yeah.
share that, because other people tell you, it's mind over
Right.
matter. So it's almost like pointing out that you're not that strong, like you're doing something wrong.
Right.
There's something wrong with
absolutely.
you. You
So,
must
I mean,
be
this whole
negative.
thing, I mean, this whole experience that you had could really serve, as a metaphor even for finding like the authentic self or the core identity, digging under, peeling back all of these layers to find the root. I mean, that's something that we emotionally, psychologically, ideologically go through with our identities, and it's really important, to look at the intersection of the, these very deep issues.
Yep.
Really, really important.
Yeah, you have to go like to the cause, the source, and it's deep. It's not, you can't stay on the surface.
Right. Totally. Well, thank you. My gosh, I wish we had more time. There's just so much to discuss. Like, we could probably have this conversation all day long. So I thank you so much for your time today. Just really beautiful. Before we wrap up this segment, can you tell us where we can find you and your books?
Okay, so right now the website is divaliachannel.com. I stopped working as Divalia, as I said, but the new website will be ready in a couple of months. So for now, it's divaliachannel.com, and then you will be updated.
And you
on
can
the
find
news.
her on Instagram. Her Instagram handle should be appearing in the corner of the screen, as well as her website. If you have any questions, you can also reach out to me, and I will make the connection. Thank you so much, and we'll be right back.
Thank you so much.